Oopsies. Well, morning all. How you all doing? It's been a while since I've done a vlog, but then it has been all the summer riding weather with all friends. So conversation with those guys, it's not really something to put out on the videos, and yeah, it's just been riding around in the area, enjoying the summer times. So anyway, I've need to pop out, got a few errands to run. What have I got to talk to you today about? Well, I have a throttle lock now attached to the bike, and as you see, it's just down here. It's made by a company called Kaoko, so it's K-A-O-K-O, and I'll put some details up on that one. So firstly, a bit of a thank you. Well, we'll just zip through there. So a bit of a thank you to Ken, a guy called Ken, who is out in Canada. He's on the VFR forums and also the VFR Facebook pages, and I have to say he's probably got the best looking VFR 1200 that I've ever seen. Done a heck of a lot of work on it. Beautiful set of wheels, all been painted out, carbon, lovely exhaust, damn exhaust on it. Yeah, so but he also had one of these throttle locks on it, so I asked him a few questions and decided to do it. Now I know a lot of people say you shouldn't have a throttle lock, dangerous, you know, but good old Honda, they don't do anything like a cruise control, so you have to think of something else if that's the sort of thing you want. And I would agree that in normal riding, you know, it doesn't get used, but when you do those journeys on a long bit of motorway or a long bit of dual carriageway, then it is handy to set. And basically all it does is it's on a winding mechanism, you know, on a backward thread, and it just tightens up against the handlebar, your grip. As you see, I have some foam covers on here just to widen the grip a little bit more, and unfortunately when just cutting a little bit to size, a little bit of a tag on it, so I've had to put some tape around it. I'll get it replaced at some point, but basically that's all it is. And all it does is it just turns like this and tightens onto the throttle, which then sets your throttle to whatever speed you're pretty much doing. So what we'll do is we'll find a little bit of a road to use, and we'll set it up and we'll go from there. Back in a minute. So I'm going to try down here, M23, heading Brighton way, just in case you were wondering. So all you do is you got to think it's an anti-clockwise wind thread. So as I pull on the throttle to accelerate, I also hold on to the lock. Obviously it's not going to be a very good video because I don't really want to be looking down at the handlebar that much, but I'll find a place to stop and show you in that respect. So I've already just wound it on, so it's just about grabbing, but still, so if I release the throttle, there's a total slowdown, as you can see just by doing that. So now, as I accelerate, I pull the throttle lock with me. Now it's just grabbed hold of the throttle, and in fact, so what are we doing, 60, 66, 65 miles an hour. So now it holds the throttle and that position. Now personally I wouldn't ride like this, obviously at this sort of speed. I've just had the hand rested on here, but I'm not having to use pressure now, obviously, in the hands to keep the throttle open. I can just rest and relax even more so long journeys, and there you go, still constantly at 66 miles an hour. So it's a great idea, and yeah, there are a lot of other things on the market that do the same, I've seen ones where you have spent probably about an hour or more trying to fix the thing on with lots of little bits and pieces to attach to it. But this, I think, is probably the best that I've seen personally. And do you know what? It's inobtrusive as well. You know, it sits on the end. It actually comes as a bar end as well. So, whereas you've got the standard one here, this one has a bar end with it as well. So it literally is, you unscrew your bar end. In the case of the Honda here, and to be honest, I'm not quite sure with everybody else, but there's a thread inside that you have to remove, and that's just held in by a clip, a couple of little tiny spanners undo that. I'd use a pair of nose pliers just to get at it and pull it out, and once that's out, you then put the item inside your handlebar here and just screw it down. It's got a screw that then winds back in itself, obviously, and holds the bolt in place. And then all it is just a matter of setting up. There's a tiny little grub screw on the actual item here itself. You just set that so you can feel a little bit of pressure when turning it, otherwise it's really, really loose. And then you can do what you like. So there we are. Roughly holding at 60 something miles an hour. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull off here, and I'll find a little place to stop, and I'll explain it to you a little bit better so you can see it. Back in another minute. Okay, so you better look at it. So here we go, and you can see just on a wind anti-clockwise. So all I do is I just pull it until I can feel it starting to grab a little bit. Okay, there's a little tiny little rubber part in here that grips onto the side. Okay, so at the moment the throttle is still nice and loose. So as you accelerate, rather than holding here, you just grab hold of it on the palm of your wrist, which means you can then have the opportunity to turn it as you pull the throttle. Okay, so still loose, still off throttle. Okay, so what I'll do this way so it's easier for you to see. If I just tighten that off, okay, imagine you're doing that as you're accelerating. So now when I hold the throttle, it just holds it in place. Okay. And then as you're riding along, as soon as you throttle off, it takes it with it. And as soon as I accelerate again, it just holds it as a lock. And then I turn it all the way off like that, so total free movement. That's as simple as it is. Just like that. Good bit of a kit. To be honest, it's not cheap. Nothing is, I suppose, nowadays on motorbikes, whatever it is you want. But I think it's a well worthwhile investment, especially as I love the bike and like to do quite long rides on it. So that's it. So it's a throttle lock made by Kaoko, K-A-O-K-O. I think you can get it through R&G company that make all the upgrades and sports parts and everything else for motorbikes. All you do, go online, look it up. Obviously put in the model of motorbike you have, because it just, they obviously sell them in all sorts of sizes, and the size only relates to how what is the diameter of the inside of your handlebar on the throttle side, obviously. Yeah, order one up, go and have a look. Oh, I remembered one more thing I've had to change since the last vlog I did. So you guys that have these VFRs, you know just how bad the horn is. I don't mean that in a sexual content, thank you people, you can stop laughing right now. But yeah, on the old occasions, you know, where you're having to use the horn to warn people where you are, and it's absolutely pathetic. It sounds like a bee in a jam jar with a diaper on. So yeah, I decided to change it. So I bought a Denali sound bomb, but the mini version, not the twin air horn type, and really just literally swapped it out for the standard OEM one, which sits, as you guys know, in between the front forks, it's right at the top of the radiator. Now it will just, and I mean only just, fit in there and still have full movement on the on turning circle, but you've really got to fiddle with the bracket, sort of shape it, or even put a different bracket on to make it sit in the one and only perfect place. So I did that, and it was alright. I got it to fit, everything worked fine, but I just wasn't happy with it. So I decided I was going to relocate, and you probably see there's plenty of people that relocate it to the inside the fairing. So took all this left hand panel off down here and located it just literally under this silver part of the fairing, just roundabouts here. Extended the wiring. There is a handy bolt hole which sits very close, and you can use the same bolt for the OEM fixing that's at the front into the same bolt hole there, because it's the same size, perfect, and it just sits and tucks underneath. Hello, what's going on there? Yeah, sits up, tucks right up underneath in here, and does a much better job. Let's just see. I'll let him go a bit ahead so he doesn't think I'm tooting at him. And so the difference in sound is this. Much better. So yeah, that's the only other change that I've done to date. And it was the first time I took the fairing off as well, and it all goes very easily and very well. There's again a YouTube channel on there that shows you how to do it. It's just having a look at that a few times, and it is as simple as it looks when the guy does it on there. Right, gotta do my chores. See you guys next time.
That's all, folks.